Welcome to the Voice of Football podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Matt.
And today we've got a special World Cup edition where we are going to pick the England team to go to Russia.
Yeah. I think this could be where we actually disagree on a few things.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because we usually like, we like the same players, and even in our last special edition where we picked like our best 11 of the Premier League, I think like two players differed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We both hate the same players is the problem.
Yeah.
For the England team. So
I think we should be all right on this one. And I'm sure you'll have some opinions, so you should compare as you go along. So let's start in goal. Who have you chosen? I feel like this is the most difficult position.
because this is one of those where it's like
we just have terrible.
Do you go with that do you go with the old time favourite, or do you go with the fresh new? Like, the other one's going a bit past his best.
Yeah, well, there's one keeper that's got mould going on him and is you don't really want to throw it out, but you have to. Can't even get in the West Ham team, and when he does, they lose 3-0. So
this is true.
Who did you go for then?
I went for Jack Butland.
Yes,
because it was a tie-up. Because I always see Fraser Foster included in this discussion of Hart, Butland, Foster, and I'm like, who's the other one that I've also actually forgotten about?
Pickford?
Ben. Oh, do you know what? I forgot about John Pickford.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no. I don't know then. Whoever Southgate picks, I'll believe in.
Wow, that's very diplomatic of you.
No, I won't at all. I need something to tweet. Jordan Pickford. Oh, that's changed my mind. Nah, Jack
Butland? I think Jack Butland...
Jack Butland and Everton and Stoke are having two similar kind of seasons.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think Jack Butland's a solid. He's got a little bit more experience than Jordan Pickford, at least.
Yeah.
I have gone for Fraser Foster.
Have you?
Forster. I always say his name wrong. Sorry, Fraser. Not Ben Foster. Fraser Forster.
Ben Foster. That's the other Ben. That's the Ben I can think of.
Yeah, because I think he's got a little bit more experience than I'd be tempted to take a Pickford, because I think he's probably a better keeper. Yeah. But I think at the World Cup you need someone who's not necessarily played in the biggest games, but has played a bit more and has a bit more of a... Yeah. Because there might be a situation where in the first game you make a terrible error and you've just got to play the next two, because you can't be swapping your keepers around. No. That's what happened last time and that went badly.
I don't know. I know you've picked him and I respect that. I don't really rate Fraser Foster. Forster. No. Which one is he?
Forster.
He's Fraser Forster.
Yeah.
Not Foster.
No.
Fraser Forster.
Yeah. As in 4 stairs.
4 steps of stairs.
Yes.
4 steps. Yeah.
Yeah. Fraser elevator.
Yeah. I just don't really rate him. I've never seen him really do much.
I've never seen him do too much wrong, which is why I picked him.
Yeah,
I like that. I like the idea of us going to a World Cup where the keeper isn't shit. I don't need you to be David De Gea because we haven't got a David De Gea, but it'd just be nice if you could be not Rob Green.
Yeah, that's true. Or Paul Robinson.
Oh God.
Or any other keeper we've had over the years. I mean, you have to...
The worst.
You have to go back to probably David Seaman.
Yeah.
So
even
David
James,
15 years. David James was a calamity.
Bless him. Giant hands though.
He was a big guy.
He was. You just covered the goal. I don't know how he let anything in.
No.
Okay. Moving on to right back. I feel like
we're going to say the same person.
We're going to agree here, surely.
I couldn't even think of two options. I thought Nathaniel Klein as a potential challenger.
Yeah.
That was about it. So Kyle Walker for me.
Yeah,
right back.
Also Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
I think that's the solid choice. I think, like we said on the Premier League 11, I think he offers you enough defensively and enough going forward that you're I can count on you. You're in a Premier League winning team. You can handle the pressure. Do you know what I mean? Fine. I think that's pretty set.
The only other one, I don't know if this is just a Tottenham point of view, I'd say possibly Kieran Trippier to also take along, because I feel like he offers a bit more defensively than Kyle Walker would. I feel like Kyle Walker's great at bringing the ball forward, but no real end product.
I'd like to see him go and be on the bench for then those games maybe where you're just whip it in the box.
Yeah.
I think Trippier's got that in him more than Walker has. But yeah, okay. At least we're settled on one position. Moving into one of the centre backs. Pick whichever one you fancy.
I am going to say this one because I think we've probably both gone the same one here as well.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine, because I think he featured in your Premier League 11.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Gary Cahill.
Yes.
Yeah. And for the same reason that you said in our podcast in the Premier League 11, he doesn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Just standard.
Very solid.
Yeah. So
Don't really have a problem with him.
I think he still could be picked for England. I don't know anymore. He might have retired.
Yeah, I suspect it'll probably be him and Smalling, I feel like.
Yeah. Which is interesting. Moving on to my next centre back.
Yeah.
Well, this is where I was torn, because I actually want to say John Stones.
Right.
Because he's in this Man City team that's winning everything.
Right.
So I want to say John Stones, but then equally, in terms of an actual centre back and what Man United are doing defensively, I want to say Smalling.
Okay.
But I don't know that I actually rate Smalling.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So you're going to take him to the World Cup and then be like, nah, sorry, bro, don't rate you.
He doesn't get in my 11. It's a toss-up, I think. I think just on the day I'd be like, yeah, Stones or Smalling, one of you can play today.
Okay.
I think I'd take them both to the World Cup, but in terms of an actual 11, I don't know. I think I'd go Stones, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. I think you've got the experience in Cahill, so I think for this, Stones would do.
Yeah.
On the other side. For now, for somebody that's in such good form with City. Whereas I don't need that. I don't need another Cahill.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Smalling's actually doing that well. But I think they're just very defensive as a whole, Man United.
Yeah. I've also picked John Stones.
Ah, good.
I think that for me it was more that I wanted someone who could play football. Not that I think like Smalling can't, but I feel like you need to bring a little bit of the things that other teams have when you go to a World Cup and you watch like Spain and Brazil and like it doesn't matter, like Belgium will do it, like it doesn't matter who, they all have that like we play out from the back, we play nice football, and England are always like, you kick it long, and that's none of these players in the Premier League play like that.
No,
like all the other players in my team are like, let's pass it about. So I want to have a centre back that can also pass it about, and he's probably going to cock up one or two times, but then everyone does for England, so it doesn't make much of a difference, does it?
I mean, we've picked a goalkeeper that hopefully doesn't make a mistake now, so if we've ruled him out, we can allow the centre back to make some mistakes.
I think he's done a good enough job. I think he gets a lot of stick for being like overconfident in what he tries to do, but I feel like at least he's trying to do it in the first place. Yeah,
he's still so young. Well, we've got to remember that as well. Admittedly, I know that's what people are always like. He's so young. Like he does need to learn that distinction of like when sometimes it's worth just kicking it out for a throw-in. Yeah, like don't bother passing it back to the goalkeeper. Don't try and play out. Just kick it out. Just get rid of it. Let your team settle for a minute. You still need to learn things like that, but
that's what you'd like to think being next to like Cahill or
that's
something.
That's what I mean. That's why I was like, I've got the experience of Cahill. I feel like he'll shout.
Yeah.
Stones will be like, oh, what do I do? Cahill will be like, kick it out, and then that's fine.
So left back then. I think this is maybe where I had the most trouble until I remembered this person.
See now, the fact that you've said that worries me. Because I've gone straight in with my player, but thinking about it, he's quite an injury doubt, my person. He's who I would pick, without a doubt.
Have you gone for Danny Rose?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Have you not gone for Danny Rose?
I know.
Actually, all right. Give me your one, because I might change my mind then.
I have gone for Ben Chilwell from Leicester.
No.
No? Well, okay. How was that done?
No.
I went through all of the left backs.
A couple of seasons ago, maybe.
I had like Shaw in there, and I was like, nah. If he can't play for Man United, he can't play. I went through Baines, and I was like, well, that's just like
he's gone.
Has had the worst. That's just a terrible.
A couple
decision.
Of years ago, I would have taken Baines all day.
And then I thought about Danny Rose, and I was like, well, he can't. If he's not better than Ben Davies, then he doesn't get to play for England.
He is better than Ben Davies.
Well,
he just can't play.
But he's not playing.
He's just
That's
broken.
what I mean. But he can't.
Also,
play
if he stopped slagging off Tottenham, he'd be playing. Like if he stopped being like, oh yeah, I want to move up north someday, I want to win trophies, and he stopped like breaking himself, he'd be playing first team all the time. Like he's better than Ben Davies.
I've gone. Then the other, I can't remember. There was another one. I was like, you could go. I've forgotten his name now. I was like, Ben Chilwell, whenever I see him play, I'm like, fair, you've got the same kind of... You're not the same as Kyle Walker, but you've got the same... Like, you can go forward, and you can defend, and you can pass the ball, and I like that. And I like there might be a bit of, like, I'm playing for England, let's go about him. I feel like a lot of like England players are like, yeah, it's just England, innit? I'm like, nah, I want Ben in there to be like, let's fucking go. Win the tournament, lads. And then we can finish like the
we won't
go out in the group
we won't
stage.
get out of the group, let's be honest. So my pick is a favouritism pick and a safe pick, but it's also hopefully he's not injured by then.
Yeah.
Because surely it'll be Danny Rose in the team if he's fully fit and playing.
The other one I did have that I almost put in was Ashley Young.
Do you know what I thought of that? Because I watched the Man United game today and I was a bit like, he could do that job. But do you know what? He was dirty, though. I will say he blocked off Salah so many times. Like, he just absolutely grabbed him. Like, he just was clambering all over him. I was like, I don't want that.
I feel like that's what I want. I want, like, you know...
And he dives. We don't want that in our team. I mean, we'll get on to those players later that I suggest.
But yeah, I think that maybe he'd be the one I'd take, like, as a comparison, as like a duel with Ben Chilwell to be like, one of you two's going to play. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to... If you put Ashley Young in, you need to make it clear that he has to defend. So I'm like, I'm not sure about you. Anyway... Moving into centre mid.
Well, right. So we've both gone 4 at the back, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because I will say I've gone for a 4-1-2-1-2.
Okay.
So like I've got one centre mid effectively. Well, I could say both of my centre mids, but they're in a CDM and a cam role.
Okay, so let's do the CDM then. So
okay. What formation have you gone for? Or have you just picked players
4-2-3-1.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So you've got a. Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so one of my players is a CDM, so we can go with him.
Yeah. So I have gone for...
There was a real, like, tension moment there.
Yeah, like, drum roll, please.
Oh, the worst position in the England team.
Eric Dyer.
Eric. It's a solid choice. I think that's probably who will play.
Yeah. It's because I think in this formation he works. I wouldn't put him... It's mainly because I don't want Adam Lallana and Jordan Henderson in my team. So I tried to opt for not having any centre mid positions. I wasn't forced into picking one of those two.
Right.
So CDM, I think Dyer fits. If I was like you and had 4-2-3-1 where they had to sort of play centre mid, Henderson and Lallana would undoubtedly need to be ahead of Dyer for me. But defensively, I think he's solid.
I really like Dyer. I just really wish he'd do better when he passes the ball.
Yeah, that is the problem. But I think that's why I've put him further back rather than like a centre mid.
The person I've gone for,
yes,
I don't even know if he can go, is Michael Carrick.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know if like he's allowed to go anymore because like I feel like he's just old, and people are like, "No, sorry, you can't." Like, but that's where I want. Like, you see Pirlo playing when he's like 90.
I do still want him. I would take him and Paul Scholes back again. Like, just
Paul Scholes might be a little
Paul Scholes
off now.
back. I don't think he is. You could be like, Scholes, you don't have to run anywhere. We'll get you the ball. You just pass it.
But yeah, I feel like Carrick can do that. Like, I don't feel like for the way that I would have this England team play would be a bit more of like the aggressive, like pressing type football.
Yeah.
I feel like there doesn't need to be too much of the winning the ball back. Do you know what I mean? I'm not expecting Carrick to do like a Kante role.
Yeah.
I just want you to sort of sit there. So when we win it, Stones or Cahill can give it to you, and you just just give it to you. Just do your bit. You pass it on to someone else, and then you don't have to run about everywhere. And I'm like, I can trust you. This is the one position I'm like in England. I'm like, please, can we just have someone like even when you had like Lampard and Gerrard, they're both just running forward. You're like, one of you just sit there and watch. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure he will go, but I would like him to.
Yeah, I don't think he will, but I do like your idea because I would also pick him, but I don't think he's a realistic choice.
Moving on then.
Who's your other centre?
So the other person who would play centre mid is, and I've got a little slash between my two players here because it could be one or the other.
Oh right, okay.
I would either go for Wilshere.
Yeah, and you'd say that.
Or I would go for Dele Alli.
Oh, okay.
And you put them in that centre mid role, and you tell them to do their job.
So you've got a 4-2-3-1 formation, but Dele Alli.
Yeah.
You'd put in centre mid.
Yeah.
Rather than centre attacking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested who you put centre attacking then.
I like him. I like either him or Wilshere when they're playing that not on right next to the striker role, but they're the bringing the ball forward person.
Yeah.
So Carrick just sits and you give one of them the ball and you go run with it. It doesn't matter if you lose it. You're only like, you're not in front of our goal, you're not in front of theirs.
Yeah.
But then you also tell them like that when we haven't got the ball, you have to get back. And I think they can both do that. Do you know what I mean? They've both got like the brain in them to be like, oh, I've got to get back here. I've got to play a tackle. And it doesn't matter if it gets a bit nasty. That's what I want. I want some like grit.
I think Wilshere would be the best in that situation over Alli, personally, having watched Tottenham. But saying that, there was a game, I can't think who it was against now, which I think is one of the best performances I've actually seen us play, where Ericsson and Alli effectively were centre mid. I can't remember who we actually had in centre mid, but I think he might have had one CDM, and he told Alli and Ericsson just to come back and play that role essentially, and bring it forward a bit more. And it was a really good game. I was like, actually looked like a pretty decent team.
Because I feel like Alli recently, of what I've seen of him, has been better like carrying the ball than he has like picking out a pass, or like he was on a run like maybe last season or so of like he was scoring a lot and he was like in the box.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, put him forward then. Whereas I feel like now he's got a little bit more of the awareness about him.
Yeah.
So he's maybe not necessarily getting in the box. It kind of maybe the same way that sort of when Ramsey plays for Arsenal, he plays centre mid, but you have him getting into the box as that like last man running in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that Alli can do quite well.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because he's very good at it, but that will stop him getting the goals and assists so much. Because at the beginning of this season, where everybody was like, oh my God, why is Alli not scoring as many? And the reason why that was is because Pochettino, because Wanyama got injured and was out for ages, he only had like, and Dembele could barely play or something. So it was like Dyer in midfield on his own all the time. So he told Alli to come back into centre mid a bit more, which then restricted his forward play.
Yeah.
So he then wasn't scoring and like assisting as much as he should. He was still effective.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't getting the great stats that everybody wanted him to. So I it's a fair shout of putting him into centre mid because I think he'd do well there. But I don't think that's where he's best, because I think he's more exciting when he doesn't have to get the ball and go forwards. I think he prefers it when he's on the edge of the box. He's like, yes, I can shoot from here if I want, or it's like one pass to Kane and it's done.
Yeah, I think the problem I ended up having is I was like, all three of the players I've got ahead of him are better than him at doing that, and I was like, I still
That's fair.
I want Wilshere or Alli in that team, but they both aren't as good as the other people I've got.
Okay.
Moving on to one of your picks.
Should we go for right mid or right wing?
Yep.
Essentially, I would have. I suppose it doesn't really matter left mid or right mid on mine. To be honest, I would have Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
I don't even have really. I can't really think of too many people, because I was thinking when I was making this 4-1-2-1-2 formation, I definitely wanted two strikers. The two strikers I've got up, I was set on. Then I had my centre mid and my CDM was set, and I was like, I can't actually think of the left mid and right mid that we should have, and I settled on these two, Sterling being one of them. But I was like, that could easily be brought in to be 4-1-2-1-2 with Lallana and Henderson like on either side of the diamond.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, as centre mids rather than wingers. But Sterling, it's just Guardiola's just turned him into like some sort of weird goal machine at City this season. So, given that the World Cup is this season, I think it has to be.
Yeah, I think
Sterling.
he has to go for sure. I think he's another one of those players who's shown he's good, and like he's shown both sides. If he can score goals and he can get back and defend and he can assist and like.
Yeah.
On the other side, I have Marcus Rashford.
Oh, you've put him left wing. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I think I'm sure he won't play for England, which is one of the most frustrating things. But I feel like he is the most obvious player who should be playing who won't.
Yeah.
Out of all of these people I've got, I'm like, I could see some of you getting a game. And I'm like, Rashford, you're going to come on for the last 10 minutes while we're losing and be like, go on, Rashford, score a goal. And
I feel like Jose Mourinho's been like, I've tried to find you a spot, Rashford, where I can put you in. I'll put you in here, like left wing, that kind of works for you. Whereas I feel like Southgate's too much of a stick of a being like, oh no, it says striker on like your contract or something. That's where you play. But I've got these people that play striker, so you'll have to be in after them.
Yeah.
So I could see him, as you say, coming off like 10 minutes a game. But
Yeah.
I do want him to start, because I quite like him.
Because I like the idea of having like Rashford, Sterling going, and they're playing like on the wing, but they're playing as like second strikers, so they can each come in and
true.
like help out, and it's sort of like there's.
So yours is like a 4-2-3-1/4-3-3.
Yeah, so that's like most. What's it? It'll be like Tottenham play.
Yeah,
with, like
I suppose.
Hon-Min-Son on one side and something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like Rashford. I don't know who have you got on your other side.
My other side is Jesse Lingard.
Oh, Jesse Lingard.
Mainly because I didn't want, because I thought the same as you. I was like, should I put Rashford there? And I haven't in the end. And I thought, who could go there? And who I've quite enjoyed watching lately this season, not towards the beginning, but at the minute, is Jesse Lingard. And I think he has the same kind of character that Rashford brings, in the same way that probably your Chilwell, a left back, would bring as well.
Yeah.
Be like, this is England, let's go.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I want him to be like, yeah, let's go for this. This is so exciting being an England team. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go win. Like, and actually take it to a team. Because I mean, I could have picked any of the like Oxlade-Chamberlain or Walcotts. You know, they're very England established players.
Yeah.
A lot of experience there, but I just feel they'd be like, yeah, I've got the ball. Let's take it a bit casual. You know, whereas I feel like Lingard and Rashford are back and like, oh, there, come on, we're playing for England, lads. Like the World Cup, this is incredible. But that could also hinder them, to be honest. That could get to them. So moving on to centre attacking mid.
Yeah.
You've got one of them.
So mine is another one of those, either between Lingard,
Oh, okay.
because I think he can do that, like, floaty around. Like, he's maybe not a centre attacking mid, but he just, like, appears, you give him that middle space and you go, just do whatever you want.
Yeah, it does whatever he wants.
And then the other one is, like, I could see Chamberlain doing that
Oh, okay.
better, because he's been playing centre mid for Liverpool, and I don't think he's good enough as a centre mid because he loses the ball so
Yeah, I
often.
find him weird as a centre mid.
Whereas in centre attacking mid, I quite like, not as in I think he's going to make loads of great chances, but I sort of feel like that's what all the other players are for. I almost feel like I want him chasing down everything, which he can do, plays for Liverpool. And then I'm like, I just want someone to shoot.
Yeah.
And he has that, like, I'm so good confidence that I'm like, I would love the idea of when everyone else is doing the tappy, like Pep Guardiola passing, I'm just like, Chamberlain, just pick up the ball and hit it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so bored of playing like Slovenia and they sit everyone behind the ball and we're like, oh no.
Yeah, let's just pass it around.
No one can get Harry Kane the ball. And you're like, yeah, no shit. Just shoot from 40 yards then. What's the point? What are we all here for?
That's why I've also picked Andros Townsend.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
oh damn it. Andros. He shoots too much. He's gone too
He
far.
shoots way too much.
He only knows how to shoot.
Yeah.
If you try and pass the
doesn't-
ball, you have to stand next to the goal.
I feel like his first thought is always like, right, where's the goal? He doesn't look at any players. He just picks up the ball on the edge of the box. He's like, right, goal, boom. I can get this on target.
No wonder Benteke's having a tough time. He's like,
Yeah.
can you cross it for me? And Townsend's like, no, I only
cut
shoot.
inside, bend in for our corner.
Wonder if I could score from here. So yeah, mine's between like a Lingard or a Chamberlain,
Yeah, I
and
can
you
see
basically
that.
just go, do whatever you want. If you lose the ball, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, mine would be just because he plays here, and you've already included him sort of in your team, is Dele Alli.
Yeah,
That's who I would put there personally, because I think he would. I don't know. He doesn't have the great like passing ability that you would expect from a centre attacking mid, but I think he is. I mean, he could go get us like a 90th minute penalty with a dive.
Yeah,
but
that's true,
You kind of
actually.
need that against like a Slovenia.
yeah,
But I feel like he is sort of one that can. If anything else, I feel like he makes such good attacking runs
Right.
that he could open up space for other people.
yeah,
I feel like a lot of this normal centre attacking mids, because they're the ones that are like, right, I've got to set up the pass here.
Yeah.
They don't ever go forwards. With Dele Alli, sometimes he's like a shadow striker.
yeah,
Sometimes, so he will make a dart and run into the box, which brings a couple of players out of the way, and then somebody else can bring it forwards, like Sterling or Lingard in my team could suddenly come inside
yeah.
with the ball, sort of thing. So I quite like him, and I've put him there for that reason. For me,
It did make me think when we were putting a team up. I was like, wouldn't it be so great to have a good player there? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when we were doing the Premier League ones, I was like, there's so many.
Yeah, there's like De
we can
Bruyne,
have De Bruyne,
Eriksen,
Eriksen, David Silva, Ozil.
Ozil,
There's like
yeah.
every team has like a great like a top world class
Yeah.
player, and I'm like, for the
We
love of
don't
God,
have that.
England, can we not make one player?
I mean, the only other, whilst we've been discussing this team that I thought of was Ross Barkley. But he's just been he's been injured for half of the season to start with, and then even then, when he's fully fit, is he that good?
I don't see what he does. He's still not that world. I don't see what he does better than Dele Alli. Else. Yeah. I'm just like England. Just make with all of the other positions, we've at least attempted to have a good player there, and then I'm like, I can't think of a good centre attacking. I can't think of a single. Like even
because this is where I guess some people will be shouting like Lallana, maybe, in this sort of position, but I don't rate him. I think he still was just quite a boring person to watch. I don't think he just completely like opens up a team. I think he's helped at Liverpool because he has like Firmino, Salah, and Mane all in front of him who just run through the defence. And he's like, "Oh, cheers for the space, guys."
Yeah.
Like I think when he's sitting in an England team that doesn't massively do that all the time, and you sit against Lavinia with 10 men back, I don't think he does very well.
I don't know who because I can't even think of older England players. Like it would be like Lampard would have played at like centre attacking mid. But he's that same, get in the box, score a goal himself. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if we've ever had a player who can pass the ball really well.
I think it's like back in the day, people didn't really play with the centre attacking mid. You played like a 4-4-2, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true.
So, you'd have Lampard and Gerrard or something, or Scholes and Carrick and whatever in the centre mid, but you didn't have we never had a centre attacking mid because that wasn't the way we played.
I feel like we're still stuck in that way then. I feel like it must be when your kids go to play football, they put them in a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like if you go and play football in Spain or Brazil, they're like, just go play football, lads.
Yeah.
I feel like we're giving 6-year-olds and be like, you're a centre mid. And you're like, really, is he? He's 6. They all just chase the ball anyway. They're not sticking in there. No one's playing the offside trap. Anyway. We need a good centre attacking mid.
Yeah, I think that's the conclusion probably from working out his team. England is still yet to have a world class centre attacking mid.
Yeah,
I can't even think of one up and coming.
That's what I mean.
My only one would be Dele Alli, but he's not a natural centre attacking mid. If anything, he's like a striker. I don't know who you would. Someone that is actually let's play that killer pass. Let's take out the whole of the defence with this ball. Can't think of anybody, even subs or youngsters that would be. Wow.
Yeah, there's no one getting 9 assists a season or something. It's
no.
Anyway, moving on. You've got 2 strikers, so what you go first?
I've got 2 strikers.
Can you pick the one that we both haven't picked first?
Okay. I mean, either you've looked at my sheet or you just know because I'm sure we've.
Well, there's one we've definitely picked.
Well, the problem is my other striker is still one we've picked. We've picked him in different positions.
Oh, okay. Well, you can.
My other striker is Marcus Rashford.
Oh, Marky Mark.
Because I could see what you've done with him, put him on left wing. I could easily do that with him as well. But I think Harry Kane and Rashford would be a good combination up front. I think I've mainly done that, less of the actual combining of the two of them up front.
Yeah.
I think just it's more players forward. So when we play against somebody like Slovenia, we actually have 2 strikers in the box to get the ball to, rather than just Kane that's just been muscled out by 3 people each time.
The only thing I was concerned about, because obviously the other player I've got is Kane, which I'm assuming you have as well.
Yes, yeah, obviously.
Is I was like, I don't know if I want someone getting in the way.
Oh, what, of Kane?
Yeah, I feel like he so often plays as that one striker,
you know what? You might be
he
right,
can do whatever he wants. I'm like, I don't know if I want. I feel like they almost get in each other's ways a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless you have Kane come a little further back, but then I'm like, I want Kane in the box. I want him on the end of it.
I think there would have to be some. I mean, I think it would come down to training.
Oh no!
To be honest, but it's probably a downfall.
Have to do his job, isn't he?
I think you would have to say whoever the ball lands to is the one that's going to hold it up, and the other one does the running into the box.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be you'd have to decide something, because I think you're right. Actually, I think I've seen them play with Kane and Rashford up front together. I don't think it worked too well. I still want that because I'm like, please score a goal, please, I beg. But because I think Kane in the big games for England, I don't know if it's because he's so spoiled with creativity behind him at Tottenham that when he gets to England he's like, anything, lads? Have any of you got any pass I could have, please? He struggles for England when he's in the single role.
Yeah, I think it's people forget often that when he's playing for Tottenham, like you said, he's getting the ball to his feet in the box.
Yeah.
Or on his head in the box.
Mm.
He's not really the type who's going to come back, pick up the ball, and then run it forward and then get... Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
he's the one that you want on the end of it.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to play that way to him. I feel like a lot of times when you watch him play for England, he's like, oh, for God's sake, I have to run back here to touch the ball for one. Like, it's been 10 minutes and I still haven't got anything. And you're like, lads, just leave it in the box. He can do it.
He can do it, yeah. But he's very good at, like, hold-up play as well, which I think is where Rashford comes in. Because I think you almost effectively, if you get the ball to Kane, who can hold it up, Rashford goes ahead of him, Sterling, Lingard, either side, you've then got a front three again. Even though Kane's like having to hold up the ball, that's like a striker gone, but you still got three that are ahead of him.
Yeah,
I think that could work quite well. And plus, he doesn't mind so much as well if you like knock a ball long, like down the wing. He can go out wide, or Rashford can go out wide on the other side, and pick it up, and then it leaves Sterling or Lingard. I'm going with Sterling or Lingard because they're on my team.
Yeah.
To like come inside, and leaves that bit of space. So it's almost like a front four, I guess I would have sort of. And the other, whoever has to pick up the ball. It's weird, isn't it? It's like the actual person I want on the ball doesn't matter. Like I want the person that's running. Yeah. They're the one that's important. The person with the ball, I'm like, you need to take some people out of the way and let someone else in. Like, I don't want. If Kane picks up the ball, I'm not instantly going, right, you need to score, Kane. I'm thinking, please play that to someone else.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I think that's how my system would work.
Who would be your captain?
Of this team?
Yeah.
Of this team?
Yeah, Gunners, yeah. No pressure.
Given that I'm going for Stones ahead of Smalling.
Yep.
It's got to be Gary Cahill. Would be my captain. I can sort of... My only other one would be Harry Kane.
Who do you want to be captain? This is the question.
All right, I think rather than who would be like...
If the actual captain would be Cahill, like in both our teams, even like Carrick doesn't get to be captain ahead of Cahill. So like, but who? Yeah, that's a better question. Who would you pick to be captain? Who would you be like? You know what? Get that on, man. Get out there, lads. Get amongst the boys. The boys.
I think Kane actually would be the best, like...
You want some lispy shouts across the pitch?
You can be like, Rashford, get forward. But, like, I think he's the best. I think he'd be the best, not just when he's wearing an armband. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Cahill's very, like, on the pitch. He's like, yeah, lads, this is what we do.
Yeah.
Good and controlled. Off the pitch, don't really know what he does. Whereas I feel like Kane is so like...
It's a good talisman to lead the team.
Yeah, he's got such a good like work ethic. He's like, right, I've been through all this shit in my life. I've got past all the loan moves.
Yeah.
I'm now this incredible player, playing Champions League. I'm still working hard, sort of thing. So I think he's very passionate about England as well.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't take this and just be like, yeah, I'm just sort of playing. So I think he would be in that team, I would say he would also be the one that would like grill people for not doing something wrong, not doing something right, sorry.
Yeah.
Or for doing something wrong. I can't think, the only other would think maybe Rose would also be quite quick to be like, why aren't you moving there? But I wouldn't have him as a captain because he annoys me. Yeah, and Butland, I don't know. Don't think he's too. So yeah, the one who would actually be captain is obviously Cahill.
Yeah.
But I think I would want Kane to be captain.
Yeah.
Who would you pick?
It's difficult. I think in the actual team, if I was picking a serious captain, obviously that they're going to pick Cahill, I'd probably pick Carrick or Cahill as pretty like... Maybe Fraser Forster, he could be like a shouty kind of keeper.
Yeah.
I don't really rate having keepers as captains. I don't feel like it works that well. I know Arsenal do it as well. Really
it's a bit weird. Yeah, Tottenham do it. I don't know how good Lloris as a captain is, really.
The people I would want to be captain, who shouldn't be captain, which is why I want them to be. I want Wilshere or Alli to be captain.
Sure, I
want to see the time when like the ref blows the whistle. I want to see Wilshere and Alli run up to the referee and be like, "What is your problem?"
Yeah, you'd have no problem every time the refs like when the refs like, "Oh, captain, go over here. You need to talk about this. You need to talk to your player for that foul." Alli and Wilshere are already there. Like, they're already in the ref's face, being like, "How's that foul?"
Angry. I want the same. You know when you watch like. I can't think of a good example for like international football, but when you watch like Man United play now or whatever, or when Sanchez used to play for Arsenal, And something happens, and the second after it's happened, like, Sanchez is in the referee's face. And he's like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. Why would you do this to me? I want that for England. Like, I want Alli diving and then getting up and being like, where is my penalty? Where is my penalty, ref?
Yeah, what a captain he is. Just dive. He's like, where's my penalty?
We clearly can't win based on playing football, so we need to cheat more. I need... You know, like, when, the Germany scored that goal that, like, went over the line, but didn't, or whatever, like...
I mean, we would have beaten them if it wasn't for that goal.
Yeah, like, I want those goals. I want people diving, I want handballs, Maradona it in, like...
Maybe that's what we've done. Maybe we've just been too English and too polite this whole time.
I want the least polite players.
Maybe that's why people dislike Ali, because he goes against that nice polite Englishness and he's like, I'm going to dive, that's how we're going to win.
I need, like, at least a red card a game. Like, we're playing... The rest of these boys know they're playing with 10 men.
Who would that be? I feel feeling Kyle Walker.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like Kyle Walker might get caught out and be like, oh.
I think somebody would beat him and he'd be like, get out, you just punch him in the back of the head while he's not looking.
Yeah, so you'd have to pick a sensible captain, but I would love to see.
Yeah, sensible captain would be Cahill. I think my actual one I would want to represent England and show the team how it's done is Kane. But in terms of actual passion that I want to see on the pitch, Alli or Wilshere.
I want some anger, I want some fight. Who would be your wild card?
My wild card, you've included him in your team, so it's not out there that much, I guess. But would be Jack Wilshere.
Okay.
I think he'd. Firstly, I think he deserves to be in the World Cup squad as a whole. But for this team that I've personally picked, I could easily see maybe Rashford slipping to left mid, like you've done.
Yeah.
And then swapping Lingard for Wilshere and having Dyer and Wilshere and Alli as like a midfield three together.
Yeah.
I think that could also work. So, yeah, I've picked Wilshere and for the same reasons. And I'd love him as captain just to, swear at the ref.
Start some fights.
Yeah, start some fights, show a bit of passion. Because, I
just want something to watch. Like, if we're losing 3-0, can I at least see a fight?
Yeah.
It's the good thing about ice hockey.
I was about to say, maybe we should go watch ice hockey more. That's what we really need to do. Wilshere and Alli, I think in midfield would be quite a nice like combination of two players that are actually like I quite like playing football. I'm going to show that I care.
Yeah.
Rather than a boring Henderson who's like, oh, let's not lose the ball and let's pass it sideways. So my wild card is Wilshere.
When they like. They might mow the football pitches and they do it in like the lines across the pitch. I think Henderson thinks those are arrows, so he's trying to kick it. He's like, we can only go sideways, you can't cross the lines.
Or he thinks we're playing some weird version like rugby. He's like, we can't go forwards, can go sideways or backwards.
Yeah, he'd be a great rugby player. Okay, mine would be, and I'll tell you the person.
I'm intrigued by yours because Chilwell isn't your wild card. He's in your first team.
The person I almost put, because I just really like him, is Damari Gray.
Oh.
Because whenever I see him, he never really does much, but whenever I see him play, I'm like, I like you. You just run at people.
I like him, but he doesn't do a lot, yeah.
He's not my pick, though, because he hasn't done anything this season. And I'm like, I felt you have to at least have, like... I have to have some, like, stats to show the people I'm not completely insane when I'm like, Alli is captain, Wilshere's playing as well, we've got no defenders, and I'm playing Damari Gray. And they're like, get out, you can't be England captain. So the person I have gone for, which is still a wild card, but that's what it's there for, and it's a little bit of a Theo Walcott going to the World Cup before he's ready move, is Ryan Sessegnon from Fulham. 17-year-old, left wing, but have you seen his stats for this season?
He's not a left wing, is he? He's a left back.
He can play left back, but he's played left wing for them.
Oh, because Tottenham have been interested in him for ages, and he was left back when we were looking at getting him.
I think he might have played both, but he's played a bit further forward for them.
Okay.
Because
his stats, I know what you're going to say, because I looked at his stats, I was like, little Gareth Bale.
36 games, 14 goals, 4 assists.
I mean, that's insane.
That's better than... I know it's in the Championship, but that's better than like most players have who play up front.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what?
Do you know what? I rate your World Cup
a little bit of like, you come to the World Cup, maybe you don't play every game, but maybe if we're winning 3-0, you get to come on for Sterling. Or if someone's having a shocker, you go, you know what? Have a Marcus Rashford moment.
Yeah.
See if you can
See if you can do something.
like, make Marcus Rashford look old. And he might be shit, but then we were going to be shit anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
At least we get to have someone take some nice photos or something.
He would be the person that, you just bring on for like 10 minutes. Or if Danny Rose just, says some smarmy comment about wanting to go play up north for Scotland or something instead.
Oh, these Brazilian players are so good. Wish I could sign for Brazil.
Wish I could sign for Brazil. He would. Yeah, I rate that. He's a
proper wild card. But
he's a very wild card, but I do respect it. I think he needs. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stigma around it. I think about players that play for the big teams that get picked. But unfortunately, I feel like he does need to at least play in the Premier League before he'll be properly considered. I'm sure he's in the under 21 squads and things for England right now. I'm sure he's playing for that.
Other person, sorry to interrupt. The other person I thought was, I can't remember his first name, but Fogel, the centre mid for Man City.
Oh yes, yeah.
I can't remember. It's like Fogan, but I don't know if that's how you say it. So sorry.
He's looked quite good.
Because he's played some games for him, and watching him in the under 21 one. Was it World Cup?
Yeah, the thing we just won. That we're never ever going to replicate.
Yeah, he was really good. I was like, I don't know where I'd play you or what you'd do, but I like the idea of you being there because you seem good. Can we just take more good players? I'd rather have him than James Milner.
Yeah.
Because James Milner, he's never going to get any better, and I can't think of a situation where I'm like, James, I really need you right now. We're being too good.
I'd forgotten about James Milner. Could have been one of the left back options. He just wasn't even on my mind. I literally watched the Man United Liverpool game, and he was. Do you know what? I don't know where he was playing, because I'm pretty sure they were playing with a left back and a right back. But that's where I saw him all the time. I don't know what he was doing. I should have looked at the team lineup thing because I've got no idea where his actual position was.
James Milner.
Yeah, but he wasn't everywhere. He's covered a lot of ground today. Really good player. It was just James, what are you doing over there? James, ball's on the other side of the pitch, mate. James, game's finished. Stop running about, James.
Just loves running. Like a little hamster. Who would you take as your pick to win the World Cup? While we're here.
I was just going to say, what, as in team?
Yes.
Before you get
one
on to
player
that,
can't win it. You have to have a whole team.
No, I know, but I thought you were meaning one player I would pick from the England team that's the reason why we'd win the World Cup sort of thing.
Oh, there aren't any.
No, but I was just going to mention two other players, interestingly.
Yes.
Since you said Ryan Sessegnon and the Man City player. What would you think about somebody like Harry Winks?
No.
No?
No.
Not really?
No.
Or just not at all?
No, not ever.
I like him. He's like a little Moussa Dembele understudy, though.
He's not, though. He's not Moussa. No one is Moussa.
No one's Moussa.
You can't be Moussa.
He's as close to a Moussa as possible.
If we put some makeup on him and a beard, maybe he could be Moussa. But he's never going to be Moussa.
Okay, fine. I'll just let that one slide.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other one I thought of, but I think he's now picked Scotland.
What? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Why would you do that? But anyway, is that Scott McTominay guy for Man United? He's been very present for Man United this season. Almost better than Pogba, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're getting picked ahead of Pogba, maybe that says something.
He's almost as in their team as Carrick has been recently. I say recently, I mean last couple of years. And Mourinho seems to love him as well. Every time in the press conferences, every time he's like, I don't want to talk about this good player. What about Scott McTominay that's been playing? And I don't know if that's his way of, like in Football Manager when you have the promises you make to your board, like we'll play youth players. I don't know if that's him being like, oh look, Ed Woodward, and
only 8 games left. Quick,
I'm playing Scott McTominay.
Pogba, you're out, mate. I've only got a few games. I've got to get him 10 games a season.
As I don't know if it's that, but he looks very decent. Although he did lose the ball in the second half quite a bit to Liverpool today. But yeah, it's still decent. I don't think just yet. But
I'd much rather, as much as I was like, no Harry Winks, I'd much rather have a team full of players like that.
Yeah,
go to the World Cup than.
Yeah, I'd rather have Rashford, Lingard, Harry Winks, McTominay, Sessegnon. I'd rather have a group of young players that really care.
Yeah, you see all the best teams, they don't have a bench full of the people who used to be good. They have a bench full of the people who could be good, and then a team full of the people who are good.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I don't know. Who?
Yeah,
Sorry.
so getting back to your original question before I went back to the players.
Yes.
Which team do I think is going to win the World Cup?
Yeah.
I mean, in our most recent podcast, I called out Belgium because, like, please, you've got such a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones I want to see win. I want to see them win something.
Right.
Either, whether it be the Euros or the World Cup. I think their team's just too good not to. Maybe I'm feeling a bit of a personal relationship to them because it feels like Tottenham, where the team's like too good not to win something, yet they don't.
Surely that means they won't win it then.
Yeah, I mean they won't do. they won't win it. I mean they've got Jan Vertonghen and Alderweireld. They're at Tottenham and Moussa Dembele.
Oh, Moussa.
You know, he can't do it. Poor old Kevin De Bruyne, just like, and Hazard. They're both like, oh, we've won things. Why are these Tottenham players getting in the team? They don't win anything.
Bless them.
So
no,
yeah,
I think I would agree. I think like Belgium, it would be nice to see them win it because they have a good team. They should be winning something.
yeah. I mean, Portugal have just come off of winning the Euros.
True. I'm not sure
obviously you're
Ronaldo
not-
can carry them the whole way though this time. I think he's like just gone over the edge. Of
Yeah,
his
I think
peak.
the Euros did it for him. But like, I mean, you got to remember that Argentina and Brazil come into it
Yeah.
compared to the Euros. Yeah, I mean, you don't play many too good people in the Euros, except Iceland. Hey, England.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see Belgium win it. Who do I think's actually going to win it? I don't know. Spain, Germany, Italy, are any of them doing anything? I feel like Spain are kind of past their prime. I feel like Germany have been really good for years, but haven't quite done as well as they should have done. They've won it. Oh, maybe did they win it the last time? I can't even remember. Who won it the most recent time?
Can't remember.
Spain? I don't know. I can't think of too many like incredible Italian players. Maybe it's England's year.
Yeah, maybe.
Harry Kane leading the line. Maybe that's their first trophy.
It would
World
be.
Cup.
It'll be a
What
good
a
first
wonderful
trophy
get.
to win. Wow. That's something, isn't it?
Whilst I think, who would you pick then?
I think I would go for Spain.
Spain.
I think they have a lot of players who aren't necessarily good in the team they play for, but they're way better when you put them together.
Yeah.
Because I think the only position they've really been missing in recent years is up front.
I was just going to say, who would you put
And-
as strikers? They've got like Morata,
Yeah, and
Costa, maybe Torres.
I think actually when you look at that and you're like, you've got Costa and Morata, I think you start Costa and you play him, and then you've got someone. I feel like Morata could play like he used to play for Real Madrid when he's surrounded by those kind of players. And do you know what I mean?
True.
And then I think they've got way too many of the same types of midfielders. They've got way too many. They've still got good defenders. They've got David De Gea in goal. I'm like, I don't.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about
They've got like
goalkeeper-wise.
too many players for. Because I mean, they had a nightmare last. Was it the Euros? Wasn't it? They went out in like the group stage or something. They were shocking.
Yeah.
But they were playing Torres up front. That's just weird. I can't do that again. Played Fabregas up front at one point, didn't they?
What?
Yeah, they used to play like Fabregas as a false nine and just not have a striker because they're too busy passing it. Anyway,
Yeah, I would say Spain or I think I might actually say Germany. I feel like Spain are just a bit too part. I mean, they've got David De Gea and things, keep him in the game.
David
but,
Silva.
Yeah, he's still a bit past it. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still an incredible player. I just don't know internationally good anymore. I mean, Germany are a bit. I mean, you got Leroy Sané.
Oh, true. Forgot about Leroy.
So I could see Germany doing it again. Argentina or Brazil stepping in at all?
I think Brazil have enough good players to do it, but I feel like often they come like not less prepared because that makes it sound intentional. But you know what I mean? They're less like we're going to defend and see the game out. They're more like we want to play really good football. So I love watching it, but I don't think they can quite pull it off.
No.
Against some of the teams where like you can play Germany and they'll score 2 goals and then just sit there. You can play Italy and they'll score 2 goals and then just sit there.
Yeah.
And you're like, You can play England and they'll just sit there.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure. Anyway.
Argentina. Argentina are quite a good team, really. I'm saying that, I can't really think of too many of them, but other than like Messi and Aguero.
Otamendi.
Zabaleta, is he still like a thing?
Don't know.
Eric Lamela, the biggest one.
Eric Lamela, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe not Argentina then. The other one I just thought of, possibly, actually had... they got through to the final of the Euros, is France.
Yeah.
I think could be a shout.
That's true.
You know, Hugo Lloris at the back, Koscielny and another French person.
Usually go for Umtiti, don't they?
Umtiti.
Love saying that name.
Who else would I think? Like Matuidi.
Yeah.
Giroud.
And I think that's the same kind of thing as I had with Spain. I think a lot of those players who play for France aren't great in the teams they're playing for at the moment, but you put them together and you're like, Pogba, you can play exactly where you want, and Giroud, we're just going to cross it to you. And like, do you know what I mean? You put them all in...
Mbappe.
You just let them do whatever they want to do, because it doesn't really matter. And then suddenly you're like, oh my God, these players are really good.
Yeah, so I don't want to see Ronaldo win it. I don't really want to see France win it. I think France could do quite well, maybe semi-finals.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I feel like Germany will win it, but my all-time who I want to see win it, actually because my all-time favourite who I want to see win it is obviously England.
Yeah.
But other than, you know, my hometown.
England is my city.
England is my city. Home country. Other than England winning it, I want to see Belgium win it. Because they just got so many good people, man. Belgium, again, come on, please. Win it.
Please, Belgium.
Like, they've actually got like such like nice, respectable players as well. There's no one just like really annoying. There's no like Ronaldo in Portugal or like David Luiz for Brazil, which is just a dick.
Yeah, that's true. They're very polite boys, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all nice players. Like De Bruyne's a very nice kind of guy. Lukaku's a bit like cocky, but can let that slide. Jan Vertonghen and Toby, beautiful people.
It's true.
Simon Mignolet?
Nah.
Oh no, Courtois, yeah, I forgot about him.
Mignolet gets in the team.
Yeah, why does Mignolet get in the team?
You imagine Courtois' face when he's like, really? Have you seen this man play for Liverpool? Like, he's the reason they're not winning the league. Like,
yeah, so yeah, I want to put it out there and be like, I could see Belgium winning it. I can't see them winning it, but they're just who I want to win it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. In the same way that I'm like, go on England, I want to see you win it, but they won't win it.
Yeah,
they're not who I'd pick to win it at all.
I like to see it just like win a game, like. Just like
get out of the group stage.
Just win a game like really nicely. Like I can't remember the last time I was like, wow, England won like 4-0 and they weren't 4 shit headers. They were like some nice passing football. Like wow, you know, if you watch the Premier League, there's lovely football going on, and then you go and watch England, and you're like, what happened? What between these two?
You haven't even like gone abroad, like in the same country.
It's just, yeah, I hate it. Anyway, let us know who you would take in your England 11.
And let us know who you think will win the World Cup. Because I think it's actually quite an open World Cup, really, with teams like Belgium and France with good players now, but still haven't won anything particularly. Could be their year.
It could be indeed.
As it contains any Liverpool players, in which case they always think it's their year.
Every year is their year.
But won't win it.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week for a regular episode of the podcast.
Yeah, where we make more very out there predictions, I would guess, that aren't going to win us any money on the Super 6.
Damn right. Fuck Jeff Stelling.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.